Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're doing something really cool. We're taking a highly focused, systematic walkthrough of the Bombardier Q400 lighting systems. You know, if you've ever looked at this incredible machine and wondered exactly how the pilots and crew illuminate it, both inside and out, well, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to break down these intricate systems logically, piece by piece, so that everything just naturally clicks into place. All right, let's get started.
Here's the mental map for our virtual tour today. We're moving logically from high-level categories right down to specific panels. So first up, aircraft lights introduction. Second, controls and indications. Third, interior lighting systems. Fourth, exterior lighting systems. And finally, number 5, emergency lighting operations.
Section 1. Aircraft Lights Introduction. The Q400 features 3 main categories of lights. To lock this in right away, just remember the acronym IEE. That's Interior, Exterior, and Emergency.
Okay, so located right on the leading edge of each wing, just outboard of the engine nacelles, you've got 2 absolutely crucial sets of landing lights. The geometry here is pretty fascinating. The outboardmost ones, those are your approach lights, and they're actually angled inward to supply lighting specifically for the approach path. Then, right next to them, the inboard lights are your flare lights, and those are angled downward to specifically illuminate the runway during the flare maneuver.
Moving on to Section 2, Controls and Indications. So how does the crew actually manage all this lighting? Well, across the flight deck panels and the flight attendant's master display panel, there's a really simple rule of thumb you can use. Just remember, rotate for rate, toggle for state. It's a great memory aid. Basically, rotary knobs change the intensity or the rate, while toggle switches change the state, turning lights entirely on, off, or arming them.
Now, actually testing these systems requires a highly precise sequence. Step 1, you hold the caution and advisory lights test switch. Step 2, you ensure that both the master caution and master warning lights are flashing. And finally, step 3, you need to check that the caution lights turn steady on. Specifically, you're looking for the number 1 and number 2 engine oil pressure warning lights to turn on steady. It's a methodical, fail-proof check to make absolutely certain every warning system is communicating properly.
Section 3, Interior Lighting Systems. Now we're going to transition from the flight deck, and we'll move all the way back through the main cabin and into the baggage compartments.
Think about this for a second. When lightning flashes right outside the cockpit, that sudden, massive burst of light can temporarily blind a dark-adapted pilot. It's a real issue. So to counter this, the Q400 has 8 storm lights located right on the lower edge of the glare shield. Controlled by a simple 3-position switch, these lights literally flood the flight compartment with brilliant illumination which instantly preserves the pilot's night vision during a storm. Pretty smart, right?
Heading back into the passenger compartment, the forward cabin attendant actually has incredible control over the interior environment, all through the master display panel. I mean, from this single point, they control the air stair doorsteps and boarding lights, manage the cabin overhead and sidewall lights, the reading lights, information signs, plus the lavatory, galley, and wardrobe lighting. It's the central hub for making sure passengers are welcomed safely aboard.
When it comes to the cargo holds, the engineering is wonderfully simple and totally automatic. The memory aid here is just 1 forward, 2 aft. It's that easy. The very moment you unlock the forward baggage door, its single dome light comes on automatically. But if you unlock the much larger aft compartment, well, both of its dome lights will illuminate instantly.
Section 4, Exterior Lighting Systems. Let's step outside the aircraft now and take a good look at the external safety lighting. Navigating the exterior visibility relies on a really classic aviation memory aid: red left, green right, white night. So for the position lights, you've got green on the right wingtip and red on the left wingtip. Then you've got a white position light back on the aft bullet fairing. For the anti-collision lights, those are white and located on the top fairing and bottom fuselage. And finally, there's a distinct red recognition light sitting right on the top fuselage.
You know what's really brilliant about these critical exterior indicators? The built-in redundancy. You are never just relying on a single bulb. Primary elements are normally set for use, but then you have secondary elements serving as backups. For the position lights, these secondary elements are armed backups. If a primary fails, the secondary instantly takes over. And for the anti-collision lights, a secondary element is selectable manually. It's a fantastic fail-safe system.
Which brings us to Section 5, Emergency Lighting Operations. So what exactly happens when the aircraft completely loses primary power?
Let's say the left main 28-volt DC bus fails. The aircraft plunges into darkness.
but thankfully only for a fraction of a second. That's because 4 self-contained emergency power supply units kick in automatically. These battery packs instantly power up the ceiling lights, the exterior egress lights, emergency markers, identifiers, and emergency locators. Everything you'd absolutely need to safely evacuate the aircraft.
Now, on the next-gen airplanes, there's one strict rule you have to follow for those photoluminescent floor path strips. The trick is 15 to glow. Prior to the first flight of the day, or really any time the aircraft has been in darkness for more than 3 hours, the cabin lights must remain on full bright for exactly 15 minutes. That 15-minute window ensures the strips absorb enough energy to glow and guide passengers to safety if the cabin ever goes pitch black.
So, I'll leave you with this question. If the left main bus fails during a storm, which memory aids from today's walkthrough will instantly guide you to the right controls and locations? Think about it. From IEE for our main categories, to rotate for rate, toggle for state, 1 forward 2 aft in the baggage holds, red left, green right, white night outside, and finally 15 to glow. You now have the complete mental framework to navigate the Q400's lighting systems under absolutely any condition. Thank you so much for joining this explainer today. Keep learning, stay focused, and I'll see you in the next one.